Do you spend the whole workday wondering if your dog is okay? If they're crying, destroying something, or just sitting by the door waiting? Leaving your dog home alone all day is one of the biggest guilt trips in apartment dog ownership, and most of what you've been told about it is either incomplete or just flat wrong. Here's what's actually happening. Here we go. When your dog watches you leave, what happens next isn't boredom. For a lot of dogs, more than most owners expect, it's closer to panic. Not dramatic behavior, not manipulation, a genuine physiological fear response, the kind that floods the body with stress hormones and makes rational thought impossible. Your dog isn't choosing to be upset. He doesn't know how to stop. The ASPCA identifies separation-related problems as one of the most common issues reported to animal behavior professionals. Around 8 out of 10 dogs find it hard to cope when left alone. But here's what makes it complicated. Roughly half of those dogs show no obvious signs, no destruction, no barking you can hear from outside, no accidents. They're struggling, and you'd never know it. This is the silence problem. And it's why "my dog seems fine" is one of the most dangerous assumptions an apartment dog owner can make. If this is landing for you, hit subscribe. I make videos specifically for apartment dog owners. No backyard required, no car needed. No advice that only works if you work from home. And drop a comment. Tell me how long your dog is home alone on a typical workday. I read every one. Every dog has a stress threshold. A point where their anxiety tips from something they can manage into something they can't. Below that line, they cope. They might pace briefly, then settle, and you'd never see it. Above it, the stress response takes over, and the dog spends the next several hours in distress that from the outside is completely invisible. Here's what I want you to watch for. There are two things most apartment dog owners do every single morning, both of them out of love, that quietly make all of this worse. Most people never connect them to the problem. We'll get to both. Now here's something most owners never figure out. Your dog isn't reacting to you leaving. He's reacting to what leaving looks like. Dogs read patterns faster than we realize. By the time you've picked up your keys and grabbed your bag, your dog already knows you're going. The anxiety doesn't start when the door closes. It starts when you pull your shoes off the rack. These are called departure cues. They explain the dog who starts following you around the apartment 45 minutes before you leave. The dog who won't settle the moment your alarm goes off. Here's one that trips people up, and it's the first of those two morning habits I mentioned. A lot of apartment owners leave the TV on, thinking the background noise will help. Sometimes it does, but sometimes you've accidentally created a new departure cue. The TV now predicts your absence, and your dog gets anxious at 9 p.m. because his nervous system learned to read it as a countdown. This is not your fault. You were trying to help. But it's worth knowing. That's habit number 1. The second one is bigger. Almost everyone does it, and it's the one I most want you to hear. Hold on to that. So what actually works? 3 things, and then I'll show you that second morning habit, because unlearning it is free and you can start tomorrow. First, the pre-work walk. 15 minutes, brisk pace, actual movement, not a sniff and wander a walk. A tired dog's baseline stress response is measurably lower than a dog who's been sitting inside since 7 a.m. You're lowering his starting point, so he has more room before he hits threshold. Any block, any weather, no cost. Second, the frozen Kong. Rubber chew toy kibble and peanut butter inside frozen overnight. Put it on the floor right as you leave. Your dog now has a job, something focused, effortful, rewarding. It buys 20 to 30 minutes of calm engagement at exactly the moment he's most likely to spike. You prep it the night before. 0 morning effort. Third, and most people skip this one, alone time training. Short, deliberate absences built up over time. Step outside your apartment door for 30 seconds. Come back. Do it again. Extend it to 2 minutes, then 5, then 15. You're teaching your dog through repetition that you leaving and coming back is the most boring, predictable thing in the world. This is the actual treatment for separation anxiety. It takes time. It works. Now I want to tell you about a dog named Biscuit. 2-year-old rescue mix studio apartment. His owner worked a standard office job, out by 8, home by 6. Biscuit never destroyed anything, never had accidents. She genuinely believed he was fine. Then her neighbor knocked. Biscuit had been crying every day, starting about 10 minutes after she left, lasting most of the morning. She'd been living in the same apartment as a dog in daily distress for a year, and nothing in her apartment ever showed it. This is not rare. The apartment dog is especially invisible because when you're not there, nobody sees it, and when you are, the dog is too relieved to show you anything but joy. Here's what matters about Biscuit's owner. She was doing everything she thought was right. Long hug at the door every morning. Be good, I'll miss you. I'll be back soon. She was trying. And every single morning, without knowing it, she was making things worse. This is the second of those 2 morning habits, the big one I told you to hold on to. The emotional goodbye, the long hug, the baby talk, the lingering. It feels like love. It is love. But what it communicates to your dog is that departure is a significant emotional event. You're confirming his fear. Patricia McConnell, one of the most respected animal behaviorists working today, says it plainly. The goodbye ritual doesn't comfort the dog. It primes him. The fix is almost insultingly simple. Leave without ceremony. Don't make eye contact for the last few minutes before you go. Pick up your bag, walk to the door, leave. No speech, no hug, no drama. Come home the same way, calm, quiet. Wait for him to settle before you greet him. You're teaching him through your own behavior that leaving and returning is ordinary. The most predictable, unremarkable thing in the world. You can start that tomorrow morning. It costs nothing, and it is one of the most genuinely useful things you can do. Here's what I want you to sit with. Most dogs left alone all day are carrying more stress than their owners ever see. The silence isn't proof of contentment. It's just silence. You don't need a yarded dog walker on call or a work-from-home job to make a real difference. A 15-minute walk before you leave. A frozen Kong on the floor. A quiet, undramatic goodbye. These are not small things. They are the difference between a dog who copes and a dog who doesn't. And you can do all 3 starting tomorrow. This is not about guilt. You didn't get him to make his life worse. You got him because you wanted to give him a good one. The fact that you're watching a video about this already puts you ahead. If you appreciate me making this type of content, let me know by gently tapping that like button. What does your dog do the moment you pick up your keys? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. I'm Big Paws. I'll see you in the next one.